Hi. Hello.
What?
I have a microphone. Yay! I still need to learn how to use it. This is gonna keep happening 5,000 times. Oh. Hee hee. Hi. Welcome to your weekend entertainment. Today, now, I'm going to be talking about my favorite books of the entire year so far per month. And you're gonna guess. I'm gonna go through all the books that are read within each month, and then you have the chance to take a little guess. I'm working with the list that Storygraph provides you with. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I think I need to channel inner Sharpay energy. Is that how she does it? Mwah. I read 7 books in January, and I remember like 2 of them. We for a fact had Electra by Jennifer Saint, as well as Midnight Library by Matt Haig. And then I also read Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I also read Galatea by Madeline Miller, Pond by Claire Louise Bennett, Vladimir by Julia May Jonas, and Prophet Song by Paul Lynch, who is the winner of the last year's Booker Prize. And my winner for the month of January has to be Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. Mwah. I adore this book. Absolutely convinced this is a book that the less you know about, the better the reading experience is going to get. It was my second Ishiguro book. My first one was Clara and the Sun. I am just enchanted by him. I am enchanted by his work. I am enchanted how he just grips me out of nowhere. With his story, with his writing, with his characters. It's just... Also, please look at this. Look at this and tell me this does not belong in a museum. Are you kidding me? This is what heaven must look like. My babies. For February, I read 4 books. I don't remember any of them either. What does that say about me and my brain or the books? One of them was definitely The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. I also read How the Pill Changes Everything by Sarah Hill, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne, and Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. The winner, by far, for me, my favorite out of that month, was The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. Genius. I don't really know what to say. It was a funny play. It was extremely sarcastic. And keep in mind that was written over 100 years ago. Obsessed with it. Obsessed with Oscar Wilde in general. I know there's a movie to it. I haven't seen it yet, but must be great, right? March gave us 7 books again. It's kind of an up and down. I started with 7. I went to 4. Now I'm back at 7. I'm pretty sure April were only 4 as well. March gave us The Embassy of Cambodia by Zadie Smith. I also read Pandora by Susan Stokes Chapman, as well as my very first Agatha Christie book, Cricket House, which we picked for Sweet Book Club. I also read Turtleland by Charlotte Perkins Gilman and All the Lovers in the Night by Miyako Kawakami. The last book that I read that month was The Pachinko Parlor by Elisa Schwa Dusapin. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. She's a winner, baby. She is the winner. The Pachinko Parlor is no plot, just vibes, but the best vibes possible. It kind of feels like a hug after a very long day. Like the kind of hug you really need. It's extremely pretty. Belongs in the Met, in the MoMA, and every kind of art museum out there. Absolutely, I bought this book just based on its cover, but I'm so glad I did. Honestly, those are the best books. I know everyone says don't judge a book by its cover, blah, blah, blah. No one ever listens to that. No one sticks to that. And that's why you should do it. And just embrace it. Just embrace it. In April, we have 4 books again. We have Brooklyn by Colm Toibin, as well as Wayward by Amelia Hart. I also read When We Were Orphans by Kazuo Ishiguro, and my very first Sarah J. Maas book, The Court of Thorns and Roses. And although I love Kazuo Ishiguro book, It just did not hit as good as ACOTAR did. I don't think I need to say a lot about this book. You've seen it. It's been around. I highly recommend it if you want a really entertaining but silly book. Just don't take it too seriously. Don't read it through a very critical lens. Just have fun with it. For the love of me, I cannot even think of one book that I read in May. Or can I? Nope. All right, I read Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach. I also read No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. I read my very first graphic novel, but it's not a novel. It's more like a nonfiction format called Guantanamo Voices, which is all about the story and the happenings of Guantanamo Bay. I also read Dead Poets Society, as well as the last part of Atlas trilogy called The Atlas Complex. In May, I also read Oscar Wilde's collection of Tumblr quotes called Only Dull People Are Brilliant at Breakfast, kind of a tongue twister. I also read The Discomfort of Evening, which is the winner of the International Booker Prize of 2020. And let me tell you, it shows. It shows that it won in 2020 because clearly you all had no taste, judges. I also read Three Women by Lisa Taddeo, as well as Latitudes of Longing by Shubhangi Swaroop. 10th book I read in that month is Estray by Emma Donoghue. My favorite out of that entire month is Only Dull People Are Brilliant at Breakfast. What a great title. If I could have any kind of dinner guest at my dinner party, you bet your ass it would be Oscar Wilde. Okay, let me read some quotes. This is tattoo quality, and I'm not even kidding. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I'm saying. Same? What do you mean? Yes, that rings so true. Let me find one more. How can this be? How is this a real book? How? I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. Rest in peace, Mr. Wilde. You would have left WhatsApp status. Moving on to the very last month out of the 6 months. For June, we have 8 books. We have another graphic novel called The Twilight Man, Rod Serling and the Birth of Television. We also have another one about Agatha Christie called Agatha. And the other 6 books were just regular fiction books. One was Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. We also have a short story collection called Sabrina and Corinna, which was another book club pick. I also read a bonkers of a book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I also read The Truth Must Dazzle Gradually by Helen Cullen, as well as If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha, and another book of Emily St. John Mandel's called The Sea of Tranquility. My personal favorite, which is probably one of my overall favorites out of the entire year, is If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. Fantastic book. This is a book where I wish I could just reset my mind and read it again for the first time, which I guess applies to a lot of good books that I've read. Those were the top 6 books out of the last 6 months. I hope it was 6. It would be really embarrassing if somehow did not count that right. That was fun. That was fun, I think. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, for trying to guess. I hope you did. Bye, 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 bye. Haha. Haha. Okay, bye.